Brent Abel here at webtennis.com. And what I've got for you this morning is just a little kind of a mental thing that I just think is something that we all got to have. And because if you don't, and I used to not have this mental capacity, we just panic. And so look, I'm going to make this real brief this morning. I'm on the run. This is actually a pre-recorded video that I'm uploading for you. I've got all kinds of appointments today, and one of them is right in the heart of around 7. So I'm pre-recording this for you. But look, here's what I want to say today is that as we come up in the weekend here, you probably got a match or two scheduled, maybe singles and or doubles this weekend. And, assuming that you're scheduling it maybe either as a practice match, maybe it's a league match or a tournament match. If you're in the weekend of a tournament, you're probably doing well. But let's assume that you've got an opponent that's as, equal skill level as yourself. And so the title of today is, you got to weather the storm. And there are going to be times in the matches, and it's kind of like a 3-act play, right? Where you've got like the beginning, the middle, and the end. And for me, the beginning is kind of like you go out there and usually for me in the beginning of a match, I'm just looking to go, am I settling down? I just want to settle down. I'm anxious. Maybe there's a little too much intensity. Maybe it's against an opponent who I really never played against before. I have no intel. So the beginning part for me is just kind of let's see what we got today. Not only what does my opponent have, or it could be an opponent that I know very well, but all of a sudden they come out of the blocks and they're not missing. They're just playing out of their mind. And that's always a possibility, right? So for me, the beginning part of the match, kind of like the first act of a 3-act play, is I want to settle down. If I've got some nerves, I want to knock through those. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I just assume it's going to eventually go away. That's okay. I'm not going to fight them. At the same time, I'm kind of sizing up what's happening today in this match in terms of am I maybe missing a certain shot that normally I don't? Okay, but we're not going to panic on that. We're just going to kind of accept it, receive it. Maybe between points, there's a little kind of a thing in there going, hey, you know what? I'm just going to take this forehand that I've missed a few times and normally don't. I'm just going to go higher over the top of the net, or I'm going to bring it more inside the court, whatever it is. That's just a small example. But for me, it's mostly just kind of just breaking through the nerves and just kind of getting into a kind of a calm feeling, right? Even though, yes, we are intense. And then the second part of the match really is a much deeper understanding of who's doing what to whom, meaning what's kind of taking place out here today. If someone was to watch your match, they'd be going, okay, well, I see that dude over there is doing this thing, which is a problem for the opponent, right? And so it's for me, it's more of, I guess, a deeper evaluation. And am I finding a shot pattern or two that's working? And if that's the case, then I'm just going to do a heck of a lot more of that, right? I'm not going to try to be like all things to the entire game of tennis. If I'm going to be looking for a pattern that seems to be working, and I'm just going to do a whole lot more of it. If my opponent adjusts somehow, okay, then maybe I've got to look for something different. But the middle part for me is I've already settled down. I'm kind of into it, and I mean into it and feeling comfortable, and really just I don't know, lack of a better term, who's doing what to whom. I think I got that from the great B.J. Miller of the Berkeley Tennis Club. Anyway, I know he'll be happy to get a little love on that one. And then the final act, the final is the finish, right? We've gone through the beginning. Now we're in the middle part. And then the final act of the play of the match is the end. And this is where I kind of get into, you got to weather the storm. And sometimes the storm comes from your opponent, where they're playing incredibly well. They can't miss a ball. They've hit a couple of lucky, unintentional winners, right? I know they were trying to go cross court and they're here late and they scream a winner up the line. All right. I know that was unintentional, right? I know that lead court that they just hit after a long rally, totally unintentional, right? So they're getting the breaks. They're hitting the good shots, intentionally or not. And I used to panic during these stormy parts of the match. And typically for me, it might happen at the end where I wanted to get through the finish line sooner than I'd actually earned it. And so either I would create the storm a little bit in my own mind, or that opponent over there would be doing it in terms of playing well. And I just would panic and force, and either a match that I had, total control of, up 6-2, 5-1 serving. And now I want to get it so bad because I don't trust that if it gets close here at the end, that I'll be able to do what I've been doing. Settle down. Act 1, act 2 is, well, what's working, right? And then you get to the end, and sometimes you just don't trust that you'll actually stay settled down, that you'll actually continue to stick with what's working and not try something goofy, which we've all done, right? Let's be honest. We've all tried some goofy stuff at the end that makes no sense just to try to get through the finish line. So here's what I want you to take away from today. And that is at the end of the match. And let's say that you've got the match well in hand. Or let's say that, it's tight. Maybe you've won the first set. Maybe you've lost the second set. And now it's 5-all in the third. And I think what you want to really feel here is that you want to delay gratification. You just want to trust that if you don't force it, right? If you just are okay with staying in the moment right here, right now, whatever just happened in the last point, all right, well, maybe there's a little intel right there that you can use for the next point. But here's a way to think of it. We're all playing 2 out of 3 sets, right? Or sometimes we're playing a super TB for the third, which kind of drives me crazy, but that's a whole nother topic. But we're playing 2 out of 3 sets. And what I kind of do now, let's say I've won the first and now I'm serving at 5-4 in the second. I don't look at that as I'm so close to the finish line. Come on, man. Either could you please over there, guy or guys, could you just give me the rest of it? Come on. Just be a good guy. Just be, a couple of good guys over there. Can I just hope that you'll actually do that? All right, I've done that before. Didn't work out, right? So I start thinking about, this is a 3 out of 5 set match. Even if I win this second set, we're not done. We're not done. We still have a long way to go, right? So it's a little way of kind of false advertising, of kind of setting yourself up for, I guess not dealing with reality. But I think we all got to come up with a way at the end of a match to delay gratification. And for me, that is part of, you got to weather the storm. Look, as well as I do, you've won the first set. You're up 5-4 in the second serving. That guy over there ain't going away, right? They're going to bring everything they can to make it really tough on you to be able to close this thing out. And look, I'm sure you've been in the same position that I have before, serving at 5-4 in the second for the match and don't win the game. Now it's 5-all. And now all of a sudden the storm seems to get bigger. The lightning starts to do this. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? And we've just got to find a way to not panic, to not pull the trigger too often or too soon at the point, to end the point. And you just got to weather the storm, man. You just got to hang tough in there and delay that gratification of the end result that you want. So look, guys, hope this has helped today, and hoping that maybe it'll help you into a match this weekend, whatever you've got, singles and or doubles. Would love to know down below what's on your mind in the comments area. You can leave your question, comment, remark, and or shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Guys, that's it for me today. Time to get out there, help another human being have a spectacular day. Guys,